Mortal Kombat? What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Movie Emporium's spoiler-free review of Mortal Kombat, the new rendition of the popular video game, and this time directed by McQuoid. Now, before we begin, if you like this channel, awesome, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium, hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome, hit that like button, as well as commenting below on any video to watch, including this one. So this movie, Mortal Kombat, tells the tale of this character named Cole Young, who is he's a created character for this movie. And basically, he's a fighter who is basically at the end of his career. He has a kid, he has a wife who can't really, be there for him because he gets his ass kicked and all that stuff. And in the process, he is confronted by a character named Jax, who sees this symbol on his, basically his chest, which looks very oddly like the symbol that is the Mortal Kombat logo. And in the process, he is told that he is one of those champions that is going to defend what is called the Earth Realm. And the Earth Realm is these realms in kind of like a multiverse in some aspects, where we have the main, we have Earth Realm, and then we have Outworld, which is where Shang Tsung lives. Shang Tsung is the main baddie in all these movies. And so Cole Young and people like Sonya Blade and a couple other characters like Raiden and Liu Kang basically have to defend the Earth Realm in a Mortal Kombat tournament against Shang Tsung and like Sub-Zero and, some other characters I won't spoil. And in essence, it's basically about how this character has to find his almost like chi-like ability. And if you've ever seen any of the video games, everybody has power abilities. Like Liu Kang has the fireball ability, and Kung Lao has the hat, which is a saw blade, and Raiden can teleport, and so on and so forth. So in the process, this movie is taking the Mortal Kombat name and the Mortal Kombat aesthetic and turning it into a pretty much hour and 40-minute movie about characters having to basically go up against other characters, like in a Mortal Kombat video game in an aspect. And so this movie I've been truly and honestly excited for a long time, for the simple fact that when James Wan, who is the producer of this movie, came on board to do a really authentic, really true to its source material type movie, make it rated R, make it very violent, have these characters that you know and love, do the things that you know and love, and it made me just truly excited. And then you heard about the casting. It was, people that are really unknown, that haven't really done stuff before. Some people have, but some other people haven't. It's a movie that, from the trailer that I watched, the last trailer, whatever came out, really felt like it was going to be a movie that really, truly, and honestly felt close to the source material, really felt like it was taking the material seriously. And of course, you have Sub-Zero, which is a really popular character, actually one of the most popular characters in the series. You have, of course, Scorpion, who's the other popular character. They're fighting one another in the trailer. It was a trailer that pumped me up. I was excited for this movie. I was, amped for it. And then I started hearing some of the reviews. A lot of people enjoyed it, but said it had problems. So that's not an issue with me, because most video game movies, like, Mortal Kombat Annihilation and, anything that Yui Ball has done, have been terrible. So it's just the nature of the beast. As long as we're getting at least a halfway decent movie, I can get on board with that. The other issue that I run into is, as a reviewer, you have to review this on the basis of the story and the other aspects of the movie. So I will say this with this movie, and I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, and I know I'm going to get a lot of downvotes because it is Mortal Kombat, and Mortal Kombat's actually one of my favorite series of all time when it comes to video games. I love the action in this movie. I think the callbacks to the characters, what their abilities to do, what they do, the fight sequences, the action, though a little kind of choppy in a lot of places, really keep the tone, really feel true to its nature. And the characters do some stuff that you truly love, which is what I was hoping for. Unlike the original Mortal Kombat movie, the Paul Anderson movie, I was not a big fan of it because it was so all over the place. People don't really do much of anything. The action sequences are cool, but Goro is just really disgusting looking. Goro is my favorite character in Mortal Kombat, by the way, and it just really looked bad. And then in the trailer, he's in the trailer, so I was really excited by it. But, it's just, there are a lot of cool moments in here, a lot of very violent moments, but it really has the aesthetic of a Mortal Kombat style universe. And I really feel like McQuoid did at least some justice to making it feel authentic to what we know and love. So in that aspect, I can recommend it if you want to go in just just wanting to see fights and choreography and action and violence and gore and people kicking butt, and it definitely works on that aspect. But this is where people are going to hate me. This story sucks. The story is terrible. The ideas of what's going on in the story are awful. Characters are laughable. Their introductions are almost like kind of just like thrust in there. Don't make any sense. Some of the dialogue in here is as bad as it gets when it comes to video game movies. It's just, I don't know. I feel like nobody's able to really truly harness what makes a true video game and its material so wonderful and exciting to watch. You know, you look at what Ed Boon's done in NetherRealm Entertainment, which is the company that creates the video games for, of course, Mortal Kombat and Injustice, and they create wonderful stories. Like, they take the idea of the story and they kind of run with it and they make it cheesy and goofy over the top, but it's entertaining and kind of cathartic when you watch it. It really feels like Ed Boon has really honed his material. But when you got, you know, the writers of Shang-Chi, who is, you know, the upcoming movie that people are really excited for, and you throw us a lot of the stuff that's happening in this movie, and you start throwing into some really weird, odd territory stuff, and the way the fights play out and stuff like that, it's so haphazardly written, so haphazardly done, that it kind of takes the movie down a lot, which is a really bothersome thing because, you know, as much as I love these characters, they're poorly written characters and they just don't make any sense with what their motivations. You know, Cole Young as a character is a really terribly written character. His motivations are horrible. He feels so flat and one-dimensional. You know, Lord Raiden and Shang Tsung are, you know, some of the best characters in the game, but Shang Tsung just kind of just sits there for most of the movie and just doesn't really do anything, which I hope when they get into like the later films, hopefully they do something with that, you know, with Shang Tsung, giving him some more to do. I do think the characters who play Scorpion and of course Sub-Zero have the most to do, but like I said, when these characters are introduced and then they're saying, okay, this is slight spoiler, but they say their names, like, we don't, if you're watching this movie and you don't know these characters, you know, I apologize, but these characters are, you know, when the fans go in there, they're going to know who these characters are outside of a couple of characters. Like, who is that? Like, that doesn't make any, is that a made up character? I don't recognize that character at all. But then again, I haven't played some of the other games, you know, in the later series. But with that said, the movie it struggles under its own weight. It doesn't feel like it's fully fleshed out. It has a lot of issues with its storytelling, with its character development, with its character growth. You know, some of the set pieces are a little weird and a little out of place. And, you know, the guy who plays Kano is fun and entertaining, but he gets a little annoying after a while. And it's that type of movie where it's definitely a lot better than some of the video game movies I've watched, but it doesn't make it a good movie. It just makes it a fan servicey type of movie where it has a lot of cool moments, but doesn't flesh out those moments into anything cohesive, I guess you could say. So that is my overall take of this movie. Like I said, as a non-spoiler review, I just don't feel the movie was able to, you know, fulfill its whole entire goal. I think it kind of collapsed under its own weight. But the action set pieces, which you go there to see it, are fun. They're entertaining, but it just doesn't have a great story. I thought the story was weak, so at least it's not Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I'll give it that much credit. But as far as video game movies go, you'll love the nostalgia, you'll love the kind of Easter egg stuff that pops up in there, but I don't think you'll be on board with the story, which is probably what you're not looking forward to anyways. So that's it. That'll be my overall take on this movie, which is the new rendition of Mortal Kombat. Thank you so much for watching. As always, let me know in the comments below what you thought of the movie. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What was some of your favorite moments in the movie? All that good stuff. But otherwise, if you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find out what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome. Hit that like button. And as always, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.